In this video, I'm going to show you how Track Transform works. This is a great new feature of Studio One version 2 that works like what you might consider track freeze. It allows you to take effects or virtual instruments offline, conserving CPU power. The cool thing with Track Transform, it allows you to work your way back, if you'd like, at any point in time. So let's start by looking at Track Transform as it relates to audio tracks. So this guitar delay part, if I double click here, then it will open in the browser. You can see that I've got inserted a beat delay and amplifier. It's also being sent out to a master reverb. I'm mostly concerned with beat delay and amplifier because these might use some computing power. And you can also see the part up here is pretty simple without these in there. If I turn these off, here's what it's actually recorded. Just little notes here and there. If I turn these on, you can see it actually makes up a pretty significant hook. Now, to just make this permanent so that we don't need these effects, all I need to do is right-click on the track and then select Transform to Rendered Audio. This gives me this dialog box. It says Preserve Real-Time State, which is exactly what we want to do so that it can come back, and then the amount of seconds for the tail. I'm going to allow up to 1 second for the tail, and I'll click OK here. And offline, it will render that to audio. Now you can see my full part is in here, and if I go down into the guitar delay part, you'll see my two effects are gone, but it's rendered to a full stereo audio track. Now, what if we decide we want to change something related to that delay time? Let me go back to the arrow tool. I can right-click and select Transform to Real-Time Audio, and that takes it right back where I had it before. So this works a lot like Track Freeze in other systems. And this is a fantastic tool if you're mixing large projects. Now let's take a look at Track Transform when you use virtual instruments. I'm going to switch to a different song. Now this song has 3 different virtual instruments loaded. I have 3 instrument tracks or instrument parts up here. And so what I want to do is convert the drum part into audio to take the effects and the virtual instrument offline. So first of all, let me just play what I've got. All right. So that part includes an impact sound, and also if we look at the impact track here, I've got Red Light District, the plugin, put on there to add a little bit of distortion to that track. So that's what we're going to render to audio using Track Transform. We do it the same way we did for audio. Right-click, Transform to Audio Track. Now there's a few more options when you're working with virtual instruments. We can also render the inserts. So rendering the inserts means this type of effect that's inserted onto the channel can be rendered as well. So I'm going to click that since I have an insert right there. You can also preserve the instrument track state. That means that if I roll back, I can get right back to where I was, and I can remove the instrument. So when I remove the instrument, it actually will take it out of the project, conserving both CPU and memory. I also have the option to choose a tail, so I can allow 1 second or so past if I'm using like a time delay or an echo effect. I'm not in this particular case. Now, it also allows me to choose which channel to do the transform against. Some of these instruments, including Impact, can have several outputs, but right now I have a single output channel set up, so I can only choose from the drum channel. Now, when I choose OK, it will go through much faster than real time and render this track. Now I have basically an audio track. You can see Impact is out of the project, and I'm ready to go. Now I'm going to undo this. So Transform to Instrument Track will take it back, and now I'm right back where I started. Impact is back into my project. If I look here on Impact, the Red Light District plugin is still here. Now if I choose the other option, like this, Track Transform, and I don't render the inserts, You can see it does almost the same thing, except that back here on my drum channel, the Red Light District plugin is still there and I can work with it separately. So a lot of flexibility when using the track transform functionality. This is a great new feature to allow you to freeze tracks, preserve CPU, especially when you're working with large projects that have lots of virtual instruments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.